Okay, that was part one, so I'm back now. It's Icon. So we back on let me say that right. This is your boy Icon. So we back. So like I said, it's a day in the life of a transport driver. I just got through washing the vehicle. So now, because we have to, every vehicle we drop off, we deliver, we have to make sure we deliver it on a quarter of a tank. So I'm gonna stop and get gas now. Get some gas on it, in it, and then we're gonna head to go drop it off.
Take the next left onto Middleset Road, then turn right onto Flying Cloud Drive.
So I'm out here right now.
Take the next right onto Flying Cloud Drive, then use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto Prairie Center Drive.
In the Minneapolis area. So that's where I'm at now. That's where I'm gonna be at all day. Most of the day is through different parts of Minnesota. Probably not too far from the places that happened with George Floyd and Dante Wright.
Use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto Prairie Center Drive.
Brooklyn Park is not that far from where I'm at now. So, like I said, I'm gonna first stop and get some gas before I deliver. The tour right now, I'm almost empty.
Continue on Prairie Center Drive for 1 mile.
So I'm gonna find a gas station. But yeah, I was saying too, also, man, I like to talk about social topics too, about different stuff. And I guess the big thing is like what LeBron James was saying, that he was kind of upset about, the play-in tournament and the way it was set up. And I think he's more frustrated with the fact that they started the season early. Of course, he's frustrated about the injury that he got, but he's frustrated about they starting the season early. He's frustrated about the fact that they said they were going to play the All-Star game if they started the season early, and then they decided they were going to play the All-Star game. So I think to a certain degree, I think he felt like he was probably lied to. And then at the same time, and then you got this play-in tournament that I feel like, for me, if you're 1 through 8, if you 1 through 8, if you can't be a 1 through 8 team in the playoff, to go to the playoffs, then you don't deserve to be in. All this 1 through 7 and 1 through 6 and then 7 and 10, 7, 8, 9, and 10 play each other to find out who get in the end. Because they got they only shortened the season by 10 games. I get it when they did it for the bubble, because the way the stoppage of the season, and they only, they missed out on
in a quarter mile, turn right onto the I-494 East, Minnesota 5 East Road.
games or something like that. So I get it when it came to that part of it. But then it made no sense for them to still do it now, in the situation of, when it came to this season and they only didn't play 10 games. If you don't
turn right onto the I-494 East ramp, then merge onto I-494 East.
When it comes to like the NFL, like NFL boosted up a game, I don't think that was necessary. I get it. Like I said, all of this is money grab for all these teams or whatever. And at the end of the day, it makes no sense for them to be doing this.
Merge onto I-494 East, Minnesota 5 East, then take exit 10A.
You have enough injuries already as it is. And I think just trying to play more games in football or trying to do all this extra stuff in basketball is just going to cause more injuries. And like I said, if anything, they should have maybe widened the season in NBA instead of trying to condense it. You know what I mean?
Take exit 10A.
And I know one time they was talking about pushing the season back where they wouldn't start until like Christmas Day on a regular basis, not just for this. And I think that would make more sense because most people don't pay attention to the NBA until after football season anyway. So we're talking about really, people don't really start paying attention to NBA basketball until like the middle of February. You know what I'm saying? And then, you have the NCAA tournament. And so by the time people really start watching the NBA, is really the playoffs. Because most of the people I know, like, they don't even watch regular season games anymore, because the NBA, it's sad to say, it kind of was my favorite sport to watch more than it was NFL. But I think now it's more so many intriguing timelines in the NFL. I got a nephew that just got drafted in the NFL. So many different intriguing not timelines, but so many intriguing stories, you know, with different teams and stuff, that it has me more in tune to football more so now than ever before. I'm a Washington football team fan, so of course, you know, for years I didn't have nothing to cheer about. But now I feel like I'm a little bit more excited than I've ever been about my team and just overall the product that they put out on the field. Whereas with the NBA, you know, I'm gonna say this, and I've said this before. Like, I'm a LeBron James fan. I've been a LeBron James fan since day one, from A1 day one. And I know he take a lot of flack for
in 2 miles, take exit 117 for County Road 1 East, Riverview Road toward Old Shakopee Road.
Super teams were created way before LeBron James. The Lakers had them in the 80s. The Celtics had them in the 80s. Now, they didn't create them themselves as the players, but they were still created. Just because something wasn't created a certain way doesn't mean it wasn't a super team. So a super team is a super team, whether the general manager does it or the players do it. And the only difference between now and then is now the players do it versus back then general managers did it. So either way, so does it discount your championship if you was on a super team? Does it discount the fact that Magic was still a great player on a super team? Does it discount that Bird was a superstar player because he was on the super team? No, it is what it is. It's just a different time, a different era. So, and then now, you know, you got KD doing it. You know, everywhere he goes, he's either jumping on the super team or he's creating one. So it is what it is. So, I mean, so my thing is it's not even that so much for me. I know a lot of people get mad because they're like, oh, nobody want to compete, blah, blah, blah. It's more that everybody's sitting out all the time. All these superstar players sitting out every other game or every 3-4 games for, you know, a sore knee.
In half a mile, take exit 117 for County Road 1 East, Riverview Road toward Old Shakopee Road.
That's what upsets me more. I get tired of doing that because you get to look forward to watching a game, and then, you know, certain Kawhi Leonard out, KD out, Kyrie Irving out, and this player out, and that player out, and you like, man, you know, you
take exit 117.
You sat around all day thinking about, man, I'm gonna watch this game tonight, and then it comes on, especially if it's your favorite team and your favorite player, and then they're not playing tonight. In a quarter mile, use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto County Road 1 West 108th Street. I think it got to be something that got to be done about that. I really do. I really believe it has to be something done about it.
Use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto County Road 1 West 108th Street.
And sitting out so many games. You know, I don't know what they can do to kind of, because they said they were going to stop them from doing the whole, you know, resting players thing. But then I guess because of the way the season, I think what happened was,
continue on County Road 1 for 1.5 miles.
They decided to put that in play in the wrong season. And what I mean by that is, this season, I guess you could more justify you sending a player for rest because of the shortened season versus maybe last year or upcoming seasons, that, you know, in the future seasons, like next season, you know, it's gonna be hard to justify why you sitting players out so much when they get their normal off season. So I think that we have to be very careful, because if you keep doing that, then you're gonna lose people. Your fan base is already not as high as it used to be, or usually is, and we're gonna see in the playoffs. Because I tell people, because my thing is this: LeBron James came back. I feel like he came back too early because he seen where his team was headed as far as being in this play-in tournament thing they're doing. But I think that I said this 2 weeks ago. I said 2-3 weeks ago. I said LeBron James is not 100%. When they get down to the last couple weeks of the season, just sit him out for the year. He's older. He's played a lot of games. It's not worth risking him getting hurt again or whatever for a play-in tournament. It's just not. You know.
In 300 feet, turn left onto West 109th Street.
You know, would love to see him get beat.
Turn left onto West 109th Street.
Would love to see him play if you're a fan of him. But at the end of the day, I'm a fan too. But I'm a realistic fan. I'm one of those fans that one of those people say it's more important for him to to be back healthy than it is for him to play in this year's tournament. You know what I mean? You know, he can get himself back right. I feel like he still has some years left in him. But anyway, gonna pause.